students and the viewers. Today we are going to start our living kingdoms in biology. So let's dive into the wonders of life. Welcome to new lecture of biology. Let's start with the living kingdoms. And as for the living kingdoms I'm concerned, we have 5 living kingdoms along with the viruses. Now, if we come across these living kingdoms, we have animalia, animals, plants, fungi, protoctists, protoctista or protista, and then we have bacteria and somewhat viruses. So, as we know that these living kingdoms, animals, plants, fungi, and protoctists, are eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means they consist of eukaryotic cell. And a eukaryotic cell means, you mean true, and karyon mean nucleus. A cell with a nucleus, proper nucleus, which is enclosed by a membrane and has chromosomes. So, animals, plants, fungi, and protoctists are eukaryotes, consist of eukaryotic cell. And then we have bacteria. It's prokaryotes. These are prokaryotes. And prokaryotes means the nucleus is not organized. DNA or RNA is in a scattered form. So the cell is prokaryotic, and prokaryotic organism do not have a nucleus. DNA is loose in a cell. So, as for the size of the organisms are concerned, so we say eukaryotes are 10 to 100 times bigger than bacteria, and bacteria are 10 to 100 times smaller than eukaryotes. So then we have here the viruses, which are not organisms. They are not organisms, but a link between the living and non-living organisms. So prokaryotes, eukaryotes, and 5 kingdom system. In these 5 kingdom system, animals, plants, fungi, and prototists, bacteria, and viruses. Now let's begin with the animal kingdom. As for the characteristics of animals are concerned, or the features of animal are concerned, let's begin with, there are 5 to 10 million different species. 5 to 10 million different species. They are multicellular eukaryotes. Multicellular, not one cell, many cell. Multicellular means many cells. And heterotrophic, they are heterotrophic, and the word heterotrophic means they ingest food, they take food from other animals or the plants. So animal get their energy from other organisms, they eat plants or other animals. So they are heterotrophic. And then no cell wall. Animals have no cell wall, have complex organ system, respiratory, digestive, circulatory. These are the systems that are present in animals, and mostly they are motile. Motile word mean they move around in search of food or escape from the enemies. So they are motile, and the reproduction is sexual. And this sexual reproduction, sperm and the egg cell fuse to form a zygote, and from the zygote new individual is born. So here it's like there are certain division, mitosis, meiosis among the animals for the reproduction. Let's discuss in the later chapters. So here examples are humans, lions, and insects as for the animal kingdom is concerned. And then let's have a look at the other kingdoms. Plants. Plant kingdom, as for the plant kingdom is concerned, the plants are also multicellular. Multicellular, but they are eukaryotic. Multicellular and eukaryotic. Along with this feature, they are autotrophic. Autotrophic or photosynthetic. Autotrophic means a cell gets energy from the sun, photosynthesis, and make up their own food material from inorganic to organic. Inorganic is water, inorganic is carbon dioxide, and both are combined with the help of sunlight and they are converted to glucose. So they make their own food material, and then we come to know they have cell wall, and that is made up of cellulose. Then here contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the material which gives green color to the plant leaf. It is present more in the leaf and then other parts also, but we will discuss later. So examples are trees, grass, and algae or algae. Okay, so these are the plants. Now have a look at the other kingdom, and the next kingdom is animals. We discussed plants, and now we are going to discuss fungi or fungi. Somewhere it is called as. The examples are mushrooms, molds that spoil food. But here see, mostly multicellular. Yeast is unicellular, one cell thing. Then heterotrophic, same heterotrophic, but here the term heterotrophic will be changed into saprotrophic. What it will be changed into? It will be changed into saprotrophic. Saprotrophic means most fungi feed using saprotrophic nutrition. And how they get their food? They absorb their food from dead organisms. They break it down and get it. Secrete digestive enzymes onto food outside their body. Break down the food and then absorb the nutrients. This is called as saprotrophic mode of nutrition. So the examples are mushrooms, molds, and yeast that we are using. So mushrooms, molds that spoils food. So on the whole, if we say that fungi are pathogens, and see they are multicellular. Fungi are made up of loose hyphae and is called as mycelium. Hyphae are smaller structure, and together they make, see, thread-like structures are hyphae, and these hyphae, let's go back a little. So these hyphae, if we say, just 1 minute, give me. These hyphae, some fungi can be considered pathogens. Athlete foot pathogens mean they cause diseases. Anyways, let's move to the other one. It is protists. Protists, mostly unicellular and eukaryotic, can be autotrophic, can be heterotrophic. So just a minute, we will be back on the protist. Mostly unicellular and eukaryotic, can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. They can make their own food material, they can get from others, live in moist aquatic environment. They live in moist and aquatic environment. Diverse group with plant, animals, and fungus-like organisms. Examples are amoeba, euglena, and paramecium. So they are, some of them are pathogens, some of them are have no influence on human being. Like for example, if you see chlorella, euglena, it's a like a link between a lot of variety between species, and there is amoeba consume other organism to get energy, so heterotrophic, make their own food, autotrophic. Most protists have nothing to do with human, no, nothing. So here there are some like plasmodium, they create diseases, that's why they are pathogens, and plasmodium is one of malaria causing agent. So here protists are good for the human. We cannot say good or bad, but they have nothing to do with, and some of them are pathogens like plasmodium. Then we have another kingdom, it is bacteria. As for the bacterial kingdom is concerned, it is unicellular and prokaryotic. Early organisms, first to be formed. These are some of the things that we can link with bacteria. Like a nucleus and membrane bonded organelles. So prokaryotic cell. It's a prokaryotic cell, not organized nucleus. Pro means before. Karyon, karyot means nucleus. So before the nucleus, we say can be autotrophic or heterotrophic. So reproductive via binary fission. They are cut into two. So reproduction is binary fission. Asexual reproduction. Example are Lactobacillus and Escherichia coli. E. coli, Escherichia coli, a bacterial type. Okay, so the bacterial kingdom, unicellular, and then examples are given. So let's have a look at the bacteria. Live just about everywhere. They are living everywhere in the world. Some species can photosynthesize, make up their own food material. Most feed off their organisms. None have chloroplast. They don't have chloroplast in them. They are not green. So a few of them can cause diseases. As we know, salmonella, it's a bacteria. It causes food poisoning. So this, whenever food is spoiled and you are eating, there are salmonella and can cause food poisoning. Most don't have anything to do with the human, no issue. Many are helpful. So how they are helpful, we can have a look at that. They are helpful like in the digestive tract. So they digest some of the material, and most of the bacteria are found in the digestive tract of the animals. So here there is another kingdom which is called as viruses. Non-living acellular. They are not living. Non-living acellular. Require a host to reproduce. They cannot reproduce itself. They need a host. In the living cell, they reproduce. So contain DNA or RNA inside a protein coat. Do not carry out metabolic process. No metabolic activity as they feed on others. So examples are influenza virus, HIV virus, coronavirus, COVID-19, the most dangerous one. It was a havoc. So let's have a look at the viruses. See, in a small area, millions of them. Count as too many. Protein coat is there on their body, and genetic material, DNA or RNA inside. So can only reproduce inside living thing. Parasites, they are parasites, depend on another organism to grow and reproduce. All viruses can be thought as pathogens, like influenza virus, tobacco mosaic virus, HIV, and COVID-19. So the viruses are not considered as a living kingdom. This is a link between living and non-living, because usually they make crystals and live, and otherwise they reproduce on others. So It's thank you, great work, and next time we will dive deeper. So review today's material and come with your questions ready. So next lesson will be regarding the binomial nomenclature, which was introduced by Carles Linnaeus of Switzerland, and we will be discussing. It is useful for the scientific study and for the IGCSE students. Thank you very much. Let's see in the next lesson or the class.